Good evening. Welcome to the New World Deli. Thank you. So the first song is the sound check. Aren't you lucky? And so, since like half of you are musicians, afterwards you can like, if something's too loud or too soft, or you're like, dude, you need more 200, you can just let me know. Is it you, or is it me? Or are we both too close for either one of us to see? Standing on the corner, looking at the rain, we try to make a run for it, or try again. No sun above if you got no love anymore. Is it true, or is it like you thought? And Army Boy Scouts and sailors have any business tying the knot? But think about it, baby, don't take too long, or soon it won't matter if you're right or wrong. No sun above if you got no love anymore. Is it now, or has it ever been a worthwhile proposition staying in the shed we're in? A deep muddy river with slippery banks, don't wanna cross over if you get no thanks. No sun above if you got no love anymore. No sun above if you got no love anymore. Of the platform, staring out at the tracks, looking for a plume of smoke that's never coming back. You remind me of someone who forgot to choose between a brand new day and the Pennsylvania station blues. It takes more than a ticket to ever really know. It takes more than the big board changing over just before you go. If it was up to me, you know what I would do. But I'm not the one with the Pennsylvania Pennsylvania station blues. You can always tell the amateurs from the ringers by the aching in their hearts, the calluses still on their fingers. It's a long way to hazard, it's a long way to fall, it's a long way to peace of mind from anywhere at all. But if you think about it, all you have to lose is the cold wind brought to you by the Pennsylvania station blues. And you can always tell amateurs from the ringers by the aching in their hearts, the calluses still on their fingers. Thank you. Musician's wife says, "Turn up." Story at 11. Two, 1, 2. Is that better, Ben? All right. Yeah, as long as everything's clear and you can hear it. About a year ago, I was playing here, and afterwards, this friend of mine came up to me, really good friend, really good musician. He was like, "Hey, was that new microphone that you were telling me about?" I was like, "Yeah, I brought my own mic to the gig." He's like, "Boy, I could not tell at all. The words were indistinguishable." Thanks for telling me after the gig, my good friend. Anyway, all right, so it is a CD release show. Those are not songs from the new record, because the new record is an instrumental record. But I figured it's like, James Brown, when the band plays before he comes on, only backwards. So now the singer's gonna leave. I'm gonna do some songs from the new record. Oh my God, hey guys. Yeah, there's the new record back there. Oh look, lots of people are holding it up. Yeah, we have actual records. It's kind of crazy. They are for sale. And if you're watching at home, you can get them on Bandcamp and stuff. Oh yeah, there's the tip jar. That should be back there too. No one wants to come up to the front with the tip jar. Oh, you weren't coming to get, you were fixing your camera. All right, well maybe someone at some point could move that tip jar from here to back there. I'd do it myself, but I don't want to show off with my superpowers. All right. Here's the first song from the record. It's called Oofy Walks In. first moved to New York, I thought I was going to be a jazz musician. So one day I went over to 8th Avenue and like 33rd Street, where the bebop pianist Barry Harris held this thing called the Jazz Workshop. And I sat there with a bunch of guitar players learning how to play the right scales from the piano player. And there was so much to work on that I never even bothered to go back. But years later, I saw there's a lot of clips now on YouTube of Barry Harris teaching. And in one of the interviews, he says, I play Bird and Bud Powell and Tad Dameron songs. Anybody can sound good on their own material. It's true, you make a mistake and you're like, that's how it goes now. So this song I'm about to play was not in fact written by Bird or Bud or Tad, but a band leader from Chicago who is now kind of obscure, but this song got recorded by a couple of musicians in Paris in the mid-1930s, and now everybody plays it like those two guys. Because those two guys were Stefan Grappelli and Django Reinhardt. I mean, it was hard work just finding out who even wrote this song. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying. It goes like this. Thank you. All right, this is another one of mine. Some summers we have driven up to Colorado, up through North Texas, and there comes a point when you've been driving so long in North Texas that you're like, we're finally really on our way. That happens about the point you pass through Muleshoe, Texas. And so this is called the Muleshoe Getaway. is actually the second instrumental record I ever made. I made one a long, long time ago. And at the time I was like, it was like making your first record of anything. You just have piles and piles of stuff to choose from. So like an idiot, I picked all the hardest ones. This record was supposed to be more fun than that. They still turned out kind of hard. Hey man, thanks for coming, both of y'all. You're not a man, but you know what I mean. Anyway, here's the title track from the record. It's called Parisian Blues. I spent one night in Paris. I pulled off the greatest travel stunt of the century in the late 1990s. I had a friend that I had met through music who lived in Amsterdam. And I had an old friend from college who was living on a commune in the south of France. And so I wrote to the friend of mine in France and told her I was going to be in Amsterdam. And I wrote to the friend in Amsterdam and told them I was going to be in the south of France. And like clockwork, they were both like, oh, you got to come visit. Now, Paris is in between, and I had to get there somehow. So I used my high school French to call up a hotel in Paris from Amsterdam and successfully booked a room for the night before last, which is what I found out when I got there that I had done. But they were nice about it and actually had a place for the night I actually wanted, as well as for the night before last. So I spent a night wandering around in Paris, and if you go behind the Louvre or into the courtyard, it's like all lit up and gorgeous, and there's a super modern sculpture, and everybody was just like hanging out. It was like, at 11 at night, just that was the place to congregate, apparently. And I thought that was super cool. So, a million years later, I wrote this. So that's one song by guys from France, and that's one song about France. If you're keeping score. This is an old standard. This is from 1917, which means it was probably written for a Broadway show before Broadway shows were really Broadway shows, if you see what I'm saying. I also learned this from records of Stefan Grappelli and Django Reinhardt. Basically, I had this cousin who lived in Dallas and had a friend who played guitar, and so when my birthday rolled around, the parental cousin, uncle, aunt network, like, they all got together and someone thought, oh, well, that guy likes guitar, let's send him some Django Reinhardt records. So I got these records, and you know, they had liner notes on the back by Nat Hentoff, so I knew they had to be cool. Anyway, there were a lot of good songs on those records, including this one. So again, great American song I learned from a couple of French guys. Okay, I'm gonna play a few more songs from a couple of other records of mine. And then I'm gonna have a guest come up for a couple songs. In the meantime, a couple of announcements. Record was produced by a wonderful friend of mine and a fantastic musician, my friend Brett Boyer, right over here. I cannot express how impossible it would have been to do without him, so I just bought him a really nice bottle of whiskey instead. And over in this corner, Randy Miller, who mastered the album. Thank you, Randy. And the album was designed by a wonderful designer in New York named Claudia Vosper, who is obviously in New York, not here, but she did a great job. And no record ever gets done without Kate Berry, so let's have a hand for her. I'm doing the announcements now because maybe by the end of the show I'll remember someone I forgot. All right, this is a song from a record called Beautiful Scar. It's called The Compass or a Map. Turns out I didn't have a clue. Now I'm captain of a ship that's got no crew. I don't have a compass or a map, and I don't have you. I don't have a compass or a map, and I don't have you. Your love and the stars above, even traded in my parrot for a snow white dove. But I lost it all in the white dove too. Now I don't have a compass or a map, and I don't have you. I don't have a compass or a map, and I don't have you. I can't get my bearings out here at sea. Can't navigate if you won't have me. Study the horizon and it doesn't change. No land in sight and it feels so strange. Well, it's not as simple as I once thought. It turns out X doesn't mark the spot. There's no telling now if my course runs true. 'Cause I don't have a compass or a map if I don't have you. No, I don't have a compass or a map if I don't have you. So strange. Well, I've got my gold and I've got my guns, and I don't strike my colors for anyone. But I might as well be paddling a leaky canoe. 'Cause I don't have a compass or a map if I don't have you. I don't have a compass or a map if I don't have you. I forgot to play this one earlier in the set, and that's what the set list says. So without the set list, there is no order. Without order, there is only chaos on stage. I've just been watching too many sci-fi movies, actually. After this one. So it's a surprise. Well, it feels so good just to see you there in those tangled sheets with your messed up hair. I can't help it. I can't help it if I'm wide awake. How much longer is it gonna take? Well, I know we're different and that's okay. I can't wait for the start of another day. You're so adorable, sleepy and slow. I just wanna wake you up and tell you so. Maybe it's not for me to say, but morning might not be your time of day. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, not so much. Maybe I should wait until the sun comes up. I know you're a girl who likes to get her Z's, and the moon's still shining through the Pleiades. It's awfully early, yes I know. I just wanna wake you up and tell you so. It's not for me to say, morning might not be your time of day. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, not so much. Maybe I should wait until the sun comes up. But it feels so good just to see you there in those tangled sheets with messed up hair. I can't help it if I'm wide awake. I only get to play the I had COVID last week card once, and I'm going to use it on that song, because... Anyway. Come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the wonderful and talented Kate Berry.
Howdy.
This time, she gets her own microphone. I was all about being Paul and George last time. She was like, no thank you.
Just a girl with a dream. Hi, everybody. So many of you. What are we doing?
Well, seriously, we're going to do... we're going to start with... we're going to do Columbus South first.
Okay.
So seriously, no records would get done if Kate did not be like, dude, you need to make some more records. You'll be really mad if you don't. So please give it up for...
Aw, thank you. You sound really good, honey.
Well, thanks, you darling.
There's a lot of hot licks going on up here.
I don't even know what to say about that. I didn't play gigs for maybe 6 or 7 years when our kids were little, and I finally started going out just to play, just to sit in a little bit with someone here and there. And I would come home, and Kate would be like, how'd it go? And I'd be like, it was really weird. People seem to really like it. And then I had this band with my friend Eric Betancourt called Club Staccato. And we would play at El Mercado, and we would play a lot of electric guitar. And the songs would all be like 8 minutes long. And I would come home, Kate would say, how did it go? I said, I don't know, I felt like we just played too much guitar. She said, no, honey, people love to hear people play the guitar. So That is the secret to a successful marriage.
More notes.
More notes. This song has less notes. This is a traditional song called Columbus Stockade Blues. I was going to do my homework. I know it was recorded for the first time in 1927 or 28, but I don't remember by who. I know that Doc Watson did it because there's that line in the Guy Clark song, I've heard Doc Watson play Columbus Stockade Blues. We're not going to play that version because I've already used up all the notes, including the Doc Watson notes. I mean, if I had them, I would have used them. Anyway.
But you've got a very tasty arrangement of this.
That's what they tell me.
I'm excited. Okay.
Way down in Columbus, Georgia, want to be back in Tennessee. Way down in Columbus Stockade, my friends turn their backs on me. So go and leave me if you wish to. Never let it cross your mind if in your heart you love another. Leave me, little darling, I don't mind. Last night, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, I was mistaken, and I was staring through the bars. So go and leave me if you wish to. Never let it cross your mind if in your heart you love another. Leave me, little darling, I don't mind. If in your heart you love another, leave me, little darling, I don't mind.
David Hamburger.
Great day.
That was fun. Did you know, I was doing a little sway with you. You could do a little kick line.
That would be great. You're the only one with the dancing skills.
No.
Okay, well, from that to this.
Yeah, we're gonna test our memory.
Yeah. This is a song by the great Texas songwriter Cindy Walker. Yes, indeed. So, here we go.
Good luck.
Good luck to you too.
Don't be ashamed of your age. Don't let the years get you down. That old gang you knew, they still think of you as a rounder in your old hometown. Don't mind the gray in your hair. Just think of all the fun you had putting it there. And for that old book of time, boy, you never skipped a page. Don't be ashamed of your age, brother. Don't be ashamed of your age.
Listen, Mr. Smith and Mr. Brown, don't let the years get you down. Life ain't begun until you're 40-some. That's when you really start to go to town. Don't wish that you were a lad. Why, boy, you've lost more girls than they've ever had. Baby, you've left behind that old sucker stage. So don't be ashamed of your age, brother. Don't be ashamed of your age.
Playing it like a young man. Don't be ashamed of your age.
No, indeed.
Don't let the years get you down.
So many years.
That old gang you knew, they still think of you as a rounder in your old hometown.
Well, they know you.
Don't mind the gray in your hair.
So much
Just
gray.
think of all the fun you had putting it there. And for that old book of time, boy, you never skipped a page. Don't be afraid of your age, brother.
Don't be ashamed of your age, sister.
Don't be ashamed of your age. Yeehaw!
Kate Berry, everybody.
David Hamburger.
It's all downhill from here, people. That was the highlight. Here's another song from the new record. Where is that tip jar? There it is. Okay. Well, when I was playing at Central Market years and years ago, my daughter was about this tall, and she thought it would be fun to pass the tip jar. And the thing is, she went around with a friend of hers, and she didn't know, she was like 4, that not everybody was going to tip. So she would just stand there and wait. And we were like, the only thing that would make this better is like a puppy dog, like following her around. Just, anyway, they're too old. My kids are too old to pass the tip jar, so you just have to patronize it yourself at some point in the night. I really, it is a luxury to be able to do this for the fun of it. And I like to say that I'm really only, oh, look at that. No puppy dog, but the lovely and talented Susan Sloan is passing the tip jar. I'll give you some theme music. Anyway, this next song, this is not the next song, what I'm playing right here. This is just the tip money music. Because I've been practicing talking and playing at the same time, and they say you shouldn't practice in public. At least that's what like 30,000 jazz reviewers told John Coltrane during his lifetime. But they say musicians are vain, that you have to be vain to get up on stage in front of a bunch of people and do what you do, but I have since discovered the limits of my own vanity, and it involves sitting in my own room, practicing the guitar, and trying to talk and play at the same time. Even I think that's a little bit beyond as far as self-absorption goes. So the only place to really do it is here. So, oh, look at that. The tip jar's done great. I can stop. Okay. This song is also from the teens. It's also in the public domain. And it is, I think, the theme song of the state of Indiana, which is far, far away from here. I don't know if I've ever even been. But, wait, is Notre Dame in Indiana? Okay, I've been to the town that Notre Dame is in. I've been there. South Bend. I've been to South Bend. So I feel like I have a leg to stand on doing this song. There's this guitar player, Steve Morse, who had a band called the Dixie Dregs. I think now they're just called the Dregs. But they did that way before the Dixie Chicks had to do it. I think they just were trying to be a little more universal. Anyway. The tip jar's back there, young man. My flesh and blood, everybody. Come down to see the old man ply his craft. Ah, he says, so this is where the tuition money comes from. This is where the snack money comes from. Where was I? Oh yeah, the Dixie Dregs, yeah. So they were interviewing him in a guitar magazine because I compulsively read guitar magazines when I was a kid. In fact, it was easier to find books and magazines than it was to find records. So I knew about everybody, even though I hadn't really heard them yet, which was a very weird way to learn music. But they said, how come you have an instrumental band? And he was like, well, dude, if you're playing in a band with a singer, you have to play rhythm guitar like 90% of the time. I want to play my guitar. And they were like, okay, fair enough. The only problem with that is that no girls come to your show. So after this one, I'm going to sing some more songs. But first I'm going to play this song, which I learned, I wrote this one actually, but I was inspired to write this song by a record that I listened to compulsively all summer long when I was in high school. I had this job as a tour guide on the Lexington Green in Lexington, Massachusetts, where the first battle of the Revolution was fought, unless you're from Concord, in which case that's not where it happened at all. But it was a great job because there was no manual labor involved and I got paid in cash. And I could leave at 1 in the afternoon. So every morning I would get up and put on this record by Stefan Grossman and John Renbarn, these two great fingerstyle guitar players. And the last song on the record was this song called Mississippi Blues, which was actually composed and recorded by a guy named William Brown in like 1942. And it's this like crazy, sophisticated blues with like all this musical stuff going on. There are words, but like the guitar part is the thing, right? And so it's like the perfect song for non-singing guitar nerds because there's lots of guitar stuff going on. Anyway, I was like, I need one of those because the William Brown song is really hard. So I'm like, I'll write one of my own, then I'll be able to remember it. And the problem is this one came out hard also, so what are you gonna do? But it's called Mississippi Ibis because that's an anagram for Mississippi Blues. I apologize in advance, but that's the way it goes. Thank you. $80? Holy cow. All right. Well, hey, everybody. If you're watching on the live stream, sorry you can't be here. The tuna melts are awesome. But thanks for tuning in, and glad to have you here. Robert Borowitz is helping out with the live stream over here. And Chris Green back there is doing the recording. Chris Green. And of course, the amazing staff at the New World Deli. They're fantastic. Thank you. Checking in tonight. The train was late, and on the platform all their bags lie scattered in the moonlight. Somewhere between the station and the hotel gate, they lost their way, so if you're staying up, it's sure to be a long and lonely wait. Long and lonely way. The heirs of Shangri-La will not be gazing out to sea from the crumbling marble folly where the poppy gardens used to be. Somewhere between the summer and the falling leaves, they lost their way, so so much better when the words are correct. Covering. There really was supposed to be a guitar solo here. Shangri-La are just an echo on the breeze that whispers through the tangled branches of the last remaining olive trees. Somewhere between the morning of the world and now, they left their footprints in the sand for us to follow, but we've never quite learned how. Never quite learned how. Thank you. Here's the next one. The song I sang when I said I forgot to sing it earlier, I sang it instead of this one, which I was also going to play earlier, but back then, earlier was right then. So now I'm going to do it. I didn't play Sundial yet, did I? Okay. I used to play with this singer-songwriter from New York named Jack Hardy. And the first time I ever got together to play with him, we had a show on Saturday night at this place called the Eagle Tavern on 14th Street in New York. And he said, "Come on over for the R word. I'll feed you and everything." So he made this pasta, and then we rehearsed. That's the R word. And then we never rehearsed again. And I played with him for like a year and a half. I had a reason for telling you that, which has just flown right out of my head. So, no time like the present, right? I'm a sundial holding still, watching the light traverse the windowsill. My Roman numerals won't leave a trace upon the shadows gathered round this place. When the cicadas decide to sing, come back and see me, I won't be doing anything. Model rocket in the grass, no destination but the recent past. Payload and parachute lost in the fall, into the shrubs by the retaining wall. When the cathedral bells start to ring, come back and see me, I won't be doing anything. Been discreet about the lichen growing around my feet. It's been a point of pride, but even so, time changes everything. I should know when the barn owl is on the wing. Come back and see me, I won't be doing anything. Come back and see me, I won't be doing anything. I have a few more here. But if you're getting restless, I mean, you've gotten the idea. changed keys. The night is breaking into shards. What isn't safe is surely scarred. Medusa in a parted dress. So play another saraband. When the dawn will come again is really anybody's guess. Gather up the pieces, all the darkness will allow. Put the fragments in a box and hold it till the equinox. It's all we've got for now. It's all we've got for now. What isn't safe is surely scarred. Beneath the willow tree the guards throw knives at shadows in the dirt. Printer's devil, printer's whore. What seemed indelible before will vanish if you're not alert. Gather up the pieces, all the darkness will allow. Put the fragments in a box and hold it till the equinox. It's all we've got for now. It's all we've got for now. Beneath the willow tree, the guards have turned to throwing tarot cards. Count to 10 before you look. What isn't gone is going past, eaten by the past like pages from a burning book. Gather up the pieces, all the darkness will allow. Put the fragments in a box and hold it till the equinox. It's all we've got for now. It's all we've got for now. Thank you. Well, thank you. I thank the owner of that anonymous woo. All right, I have a few more songs, couple more songs. I've been playing here every first Saturday of the month on and off for a couple of years. Big changes, though. I'm not going to be here in August, and then in September, it's going to happen on the first Friday of the month. Crazy, I know, but it's alliterative, and so now is the time. I'm going to try to take the sting out of the fact that this is, that I have to do some logistics here. Maybe if I play some Magic Sam, it won't be so bad to listen to. There are CDs for sale back there. Both the new one, Parisian Blues. Well, they're $15, darling, but you get yours for free. There are copies of Beautiful Scar, which is my last record, which is a solo vocal and guitar record. There's copies of Pennsylvania Station Blues, which is a trio record that I recorded with Billy Henry standing back there by the bar. That guy is a very talented dude in so many respects. And then there's also copies of my first solo instrumental record called David Hamburger Plays Blues, Ballads, and a Pop Song. Makes you wonder what that pop song is, doesn't it? There's also a tip jar back there. And finally, if you want to, I haven't told anybody that I had a mailing list for 5 years because it just seems so 90s. But if you want to know when these shows are happening or when there's something else in the way of a gig going on, you can put down your name and your email address and your zip code, and I will put you on the mailing list and tell you. And if you put a little asterisk next to it, I send out a newsletter every week to all of my guitar students. And I'm told that even some people who don't play the guitar like to read it. It's kind of like reading what I'm doing right now for about 5 minutes every Friday morning. So if that sounds good to you, put down your name on the mailing list and put in an asterisk, and I'll put you on both mailing lists. All right, here's the second to last song. Would have been great if it just went right into it, like B.B. King. Let me try that again. No, it's got to be the right note also. Sing this with a straight face. And I have only myself to blame. Next time you're watching an old clip of the Beatles on YouTube, and you know you do because they show up in your feed, just like they show up in mine. Just spend the video watching for John Lennon looking down at his fingers when he changes chords. It gives you a whole different perspective on some of those songs. It's not a perspective that you really want to have, and I probably just ruined the Beatles for you. I mean, I probably don't have that kind of power, but I'm sort of imagining that maybe. Right, this intro is really not, it's going to collapse under the weight of this introduction. It's really only meant to happen twice. It's really wearing out its welcome. Unhitch, no, unleash your spark. We'll meet along that incandescent arc and make the most of what remains. A dream that flickers beyond a darkened window pane. And no marks, no map. Let's close our eyes and throw darts at the gap, pin the donkey on the tail, find the harmonies hidden in a minor scale. We'll only get so far chasing another beautiful scar. Only get so far chasing another beautiful scar. our post. We'll travel that imaginary coast, might not make it home at all. Keep each other warm, it gets dark early in the fall. We're both still here, let's put the ruins in the rearview mirror, pedal flattened to the floor. There never was that much to hang around here for. We'll only get so far chasing another beautiful scar. We'll only get so far chasing another beautiful scar. Thank you very much. All right, this is my last song. Thank you all for being here so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, it always seems a little pointless to put out records in this day and age, but if I knew you all were going to come, I'd put them out more often. Seriously, thanks everybody for being here. Thank you everybody who helped me make the record, and hope to see you next time. Someone. I want to thank Frank Webster for the album photos. Thank you, Frank. And also one of the photos also by a brand new friend of mine named Chris Bergson. So thanks for that. Peace, love, and applesauce. I just want to be the boss and lay my head down on the moss. Peace, love, and applesauce. Peace, love, and ginger beer. Let me just make one thing clear. The only thing we need around here. Peace, love, and ginger beer. That is not a lot to ask. That is not a weighted task. That seems reasonable to me. How about it? Can't you see? Peace, love, and candy corn. I'm so glad that I was born. I'm going to learn the English horn. Peace, love, and candy corn. Receive it without fail. Back the truck up to the door. I'll be grateful evermore. Peace, love, and all of that. Stick a feather in my hat and curl up like an old house cat. Peace, love, and all of that. Good night.